Welcome out to KoJack's Live here in Midland, Texas. And a fly got in this room and it's going to drive me crazy until it gets out of here. But you're tuning in to some of the juiciest poker in West Texas. We're going to begin it with a little $10 on the button PLO high only. Ladies and gentlemen, that is 4 cards high. You got to play 2 of them out of your hand, and you got to toss 2 of them to the side. So you got to be careful. You get dealt 4 aces. You do not have quads. You're going to be joining in. So the first hand, they're doing a single board bomb pot, $10 action. Actually, it looks like it's a quarter action. Quarter action on the bomb pot? Quarter action on the bomb pot. I got confirmation from Mr. Chris Gwynn right behind me. So here we go. 4 cards out in everybody's hand. Everybody's got $25 in the center of the pot. And we're starting with 8 players at the table. Action's going to begin on Mr. Svoboda. Mr. Geoforce right there. That might be his nickname that we call him today. And he says, checky check. The graphics will pop up in just 1 second. So if you are joining us at KoJack's Live, look at this. Bet 200. That's a, oh no, actually that works. That's exactly pot. I was going to say that's a little bit too much, but it is not too much. Nails it on the head. Jack 5-5, 3 of spades. 3 spades in the hand. Flop comes out 6-4 deuce. Got that little straight flush draw right there. And it's got the best hand in poker, 5-3. And Robert said, I raise it up $575. That's going to push Marky Mark out of the action, I think. He's got the super wrap for, or leave the 4 out, but 5-7-8. There's only one wrap that'd be bigger than that, bigger and better than that. That'd be 3-5-7-8. Mark is from San Angelo and saw his name pop up on the list today. Got really excited, getting some of that fresh meat in there. And Mark does say, I'll let it go. And Robert's going to show, here's my whole hand. This is all I had. 5-3 of spades, 5 of diamonds, and jack of spades. If you were going to get there, you were going to have to pay for it. And he's not going to let anybody draw. So first part of the night, $900, $300 profit. And let's look and see where we're at on the stacks.
What's his name?
Just like that, Robert, 1,300. Looks like everybody at the table bought in for $1,000 with the exception of Mr. Svoboda sitting over in seat 6. He bought in for $1,600. Everybody's a quarter down except for newcomer Mr. Mark. Joey V's running hot in seat number 9. Well, it's actually seat number 10 on the live stream table, but he's been running hot lately. Pulled in some tournaments in Fort Worth, and then he's a triple bagger, ladies and gentlemen. That is correct. He is a triple bagger. Heading into the second week of the Mystery Bounty Tournament. So we got some big hands opening up on the first true hand of the day. Ace, King, King, 10, 2 clubs. And okay, there it is. Robert's got Ace, Ace, Jack, 5. He's got that same Jack of spades and the 5 of spades in his hand. And but he does have the suited ace, pocket aces. And looking around, Joni's got pocket 9s with some redraw action and clubs. Keiko is 86-64, and Mark is ace 10-4 deuce. Flop comes out 5-2-5, and Robert uses that same exact 5 that he used last hand. And he hits pretty much all this, and it's going to check around. A lot of times when you flop trips like that, you check it. And what that allowed is that allowed Mark to hit a deuce on the turn. So Mark's got trip deuces with an ace. Robert's got trip 5s with an ace. Joni looking for a 9 or a club that does not pair something in Robert's hand. So once again, welcome out to KoJack's Live. Thank you for joining us out for some fun, for some poker, and for some pretty big action tonight. The list is super full, and players are starting to drive in from out of town. We got 2 players from San Angelo. We got one player from Big Spring. So they are everywhere. And there's the Club on the River. Club on the River gives Joni Joe the check mark. She throws out a buck and a squirt, and Robert's going to say my trip 5s are no good. I didn't boat up, so Joni, you take down the second pot of the night. $305 heading over into Joni's hand, $110 profit. I'm going to throw this up there and see what y'all think about this. Ladies and gentlemen, what that is right there, that is the Permian Basin Poker Series. It's been a couple of years, but it is back in West Texas at KoJack's Poker Club here in Midland, Texas. We know KoJack's has a very prominent name around the state of Texas, and this should be drawing some people in. Everybody knows how great and lucrative the Permian Basin Poker Series is, and this one in particular, we've got over $100,000 in guarantees. We've got 10 tournaments spread over 13 days. We've got the mini main the first weekend, $200 buy-in. It is going to be insane. And then we've got the main event, $480. But the neat thing about this, $240 refires. So it's 5 flights spread over 3 days. Sorry, excuse me, 5 flights spread over 2 days, 2 flights Friday, 3 flights on Saturday, with the 10 p.m. flight being an absolute turbo. Same thing on the mini main. Final flight is going to be a turbo flight. So make sure you mark your calendars because it's coming up in just 14 days. It is going to be big. Flop comes out on hand number 3, 3-8 queen, 3-8 queen. That's 2 pair for Mr. Mike. Joni's got top pair, top kicker. Mark, those got the over pair. Problem with aces is you can't play them like they're aces and no limit hold'em, because at the end of a flop, if you don't hit an ace, all you have is a pair of aces. And hands like queen 3, they're allowed to get in there. Bet out $35 by Mike with 2 pair, queen 3, and he's going to get a call all the way around from 4 other players. So $275 in the pot. We're heading to the turn. Turn card comes out another 8, and I just keep peeking around. I don't see anybody with an 8 in their hand, and that's the perfect card now because Mark's aces and 8s looking good, and it stays aces and 8s with a king kicker. So Mark's got the check mark, and Mark quick checks. And it's going to go all the way around. I don't think anybody's going to take a stab at this. It's going to go around. Mike is going to say, I got 3 pair. 3 pair's never a winner. That pair of 8s on the turn, and you can see Mike's hands right there. That pair of 8s on the turn negated his hand and gave Mark the 2 pair check mark. And actually, Mark does not even look entertained in this money, in this particular pot. He's like, yeah, I know. My pocket aces got there. I sucked out. I win. And all the chips are going to be slid on over yonder. So we're going to flip this camera around. Not the right view. We're going to go with this view right here. So you can see behind me, we've got the Permian Basin Poker Series coming to town. And we've got some new trophies this year. And trophies for every event, but we've got 3 trophies that aren't even going to be tied in an event. These 3 trophies are going to be special trophies. First off, we've got the new Mystery Bounty Trophy. I'm not going to show you what it says, but this is the trophy for our Mystery Bounty Tournament. That's right. We've got the trophy set up. Then we've got the trophy for the player of the series, and it's actually a working pump jack, something amazing, something cool, something new that we've never done. And we've added a brand new trophy to the regime this year for the Permian Basin Poker Series. And, you know, sometimes there's those players that just fire at all the tournaments and they cash a few times, but they end up with the most buy-ins of the tournament. Well, we've got a special trophy waiting for you. That's right. We've got the Donkey Trophy, and it is going to be going to the one with the most buy-ins for the tournament. They're going to win the Donkey Trophy. Here we go. Let's go. It is time to rock and roll. The Permian Basin, I feel like Santa Claus, because the Permian Basin Poker Series is coming to town. So moving on to hand number 4, we got pocket aces, pocket tens, pocket queens, pocket eights, and a whole bunch of hearts. I'm seeing what hand was added. Pocket kings now. We got aces, kings, queens, tens, eights, all in the hand. This is going to be interesting. 6 players to the flop. Flop comes out. Jack of spades, 9 of hearts, 4 of clubs, and we are 6-way action. King 10 carries looking for a queen backdoor clubs. She does not want backdoor clubs because Mark's sitting with a nut club in his hand. 9-8-8, Jack 4. It looks like Mike is in the lead with Jack 4. What is the Jack 4? It's for a flat tire. So coming out hot, Keikoa throws a black chip or 4 greens in the pot. $100 is the bet. Actions folded round to Mark with ace, ace, Jack 5, backdoor clubs, backdoor hearts. That's kind of the spot you want to be in. You never want to be in there naked. He can always hit 2 pair. Keikoa's got queen 10, so up and down, and Carrie's got the gut shot to the queen or a 10-4 trips. And that's what Mark was looking for. However, it does give even more outs. That is the ace of spades, trips up Mark's hand. Now a king or an 8 for Keikoa, and Carrie's still looking for just a queen. 10 would be bad news, trips and trips. So here we are, 420 in the pot, 3-way action to the river. A deuce of hearts changes nothing. The check mark stays over in Mark's hand. I'm going to start saying that. The check mark is his. The mark is Mark's. So here goes some chips, cutting them out. So precise. And it looks like $325, otherwise known in West Texas as $3 and a squirt. And nobody is going to be calling that. So hand number 3 is going to be heading back to San Angelo, Texas. Sorry, hand number 4 is going to be heading back to San Angelo, Texas with Mr. Mark Hamilton. Don't forget, players, coming up this next week, the Mystery Bounty Tournament continues here at KoJack's at Celebrity Card Club and at the River League over in San Angelo. So Midland, Texas, San Angelo, Texas, and Odessa, Texas. Got something big coming in. The 3-club Mystery Bounty Tournament. 1 bounty is guaranteed to be $10,000. Top 18 players will be winning bounties. But even if you play the tournament and do not make day number 3, we've got 5 drawings. That's 5 chances you have at winning $1,000. All you got to do is be seated at any of the 3 clubs, played in the tournament, and playing the cash games. And you are eligible for some money, honey. And once again, these are the flights that are up. That first week, September the 12th through the 15th, are dead and gone. You've only got 5 flights remaining. There's almost $40,000 in the prize pool, so it is going to be a big one. First entry is $240. That starts you off with 10,000 chips. There's an optional instant add-on of $20 on that buy-in. That gives you 10,000 more chips. However, if you've already fired a bullet into the tournament, $120 gets you 20,000 more chips, and a $10 instant add-on gets you 10,000 more. So it benefits not only to rebuy after you buy in, but if you've bagged, you need to shoot for that double bag, that elusive double bag, because that will let you combine your bags to head over to day 2. Also, if you triple bag, we just hand you a $500 bill here at KoJack's or Celebrity Card Club or the River League over in San Angelo. And if you quad bag, not only do you get that $500 from triple bag, and not only do you get to add your 2 bags together, but you also get a $1,000 bill. I mean, those are the good ones. Look at Heath in there. Go, Joni, go. Heath, where are you joining us from? Haven't seen you in the chat in a while, but definitely cheering on Team Joni. And look at this. Aces have made their way around again. And the Michael, the Mexicutioner, picks up Ace King 10-10. So we are heads up. $210. Makes you holler. Flop comes out. 9 club, 5 club, 7 of hearts. And that's a big flop for Michael. But he's still behind instantly to Keikoa. Oh, no, that's not a big flop for Michael. That is trouble for Michael. Keikoa's got the ace of clubs. Michael's got the king of clubs. Both of them have 2 clubs in their hand. If a club comes out on the turn, that could spell disaster for the Mexicutioner. 6 on the turn, and now it's 95-5, 19-1 that Keikoa pulls away this hand. Michael's looking for a 10 and a 10 only. Check mark right there. Goes to Keikoa. $360 in the pot. It does go checky check, and Keikoa is going to show his 2 aces and 2 fours. 2 pair in your hand usually is no good, but in this case, you're dodging your opponent, and he pulls it in. So as we continue around to hand number 5, once again, we are Fayetteville, Arkansas. Are you for real? I do believe that's the first viewer we have had that I have seen that is from Arkansas. So welcome out, Heath. Appreciate you coming to watch and supporting Joni. And looks like Champ is joining the table. Keikoa following up with the aces with a pair of queens and a diamond jaw, queen 8-5. Robert's got a ton of those diamonds in his hand. Carrie's got diamonds in her hand. Jack high in that one. So there, we know there's 3 diamonds in the muck. There's Joey's calling 7-6-3 deuce. Those are the fun hands. So action is raised to $50 by Keikoa, and you've got 3 other callers. So we're going to start this hand with $200 in the pot. What's up, Tony Halt? So it's Fanbase Joni Day today. If you're in the chat, who are you rooting for at the table? Flop comes out 2 Queen 8, 2 Queen 8. And I know it looks like Carrie's got a straight in her hand. Carrie's holding Jack 10, 9, 7. That is a straight, but it doesn't quite work that way. You got to play 2 cards out of your hand, 3 cards off of the board. And Keikoa flops a set of queens and bets it, buck and a squirt. The Mexicutioner jumps right on in behind her, 8-7, ace, king. Mexicutioner needs a lot of help. 7% equity, and just like that, I mean, what wins a hand besides quads? Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first quads of the night, and look at this. We're going to give a round of applause because bet goes out. A lot of times people will check quads and let people make hands. Sometimes people bet them, and I enjoy the fact when they bet them because it looks pretty sneaky. It looks like you don't have it. Let's go, Keikoa. Amber Rowe sitting in the chat. Appreciate you joining in. Where are you from, Amber? I know where you're from. You came and checked out KoJack's the other day, did you not? Question mark? I say question mark like you don't know that that's a question. But Amber, did you get to jump in and see KoJack's the other night? Putting you on the spot, you got to type in now. You got to have a conversation. I'm a talkative person. So once again, this is KoJack's viewers going up. Poker is getting hot in West Texas, and when it gets hot, we put beards in the box, and just like that, Captain Redbeard, otherwise known as Corey Smith, jumps in the box. Corey's been dealing a lot of WPT tournaments, going on cruises, getting that experience in. And, man, I wish my shaved head looks that good because he's got the 5 o'clock shadow on his head. I don't get the 5 o'clock shadow because it just does not grow on the top of my head. So, Amber, I hope when you came out the other night that you enjoyed the room. Originally from Texarkana, Arkansas, though. So here's a question. Is there a Texarkana, Texas and a Texarkana, Arkansas? Or is it just one city that's on the border, half the city in Arkansas, half the city in Texas? We opened up a can of worms there because I'm probably going to ask like 914 questions. So as these cards go around, let's take a quick look. So we did a dealer change single board bomb pot. $25 bomb pot, but as we go around, let's take a quick look at the win and loss. Keiko is up, just so you know, Amber, Keiko is up $250 already. Looking around, and that was the quickest bomb pot I've ever seen. There absolutely is a Texas side to Texarkana. It's a Twin City. Okay, I was curious about that. So we've got a poker room. Part of our ownership group owns a poker room out in Texarkana. So hopefully if Keikoa ever heads out to that area, there is a poker room out there. It is called Texline Card House in Texarkana. They've been having some good turnouts there. They like the 5 on the button. What is up, Megan? How are you doing tonight, girl? Big hugs. Hold on. Camera 1, camera 2. Big hugs. Camera 1, camera 2. But they've been holding some big tournaments. We introduced 5 on the button, no limit hold'em, and PLO out there, Amber, and they absolutely love it. So if you ever head home, they have a lot of free rolls out there. You're gonna have to jump in. I talked to Keikoa briefly about you the other night, and we got to teach you some poker, girl. All right. Megan, what is going on? We got to give you a little bit of excitement. Welcome in the chat, Megan, in here every single live stream. Absolutely love it when you tune in and say hello. You make us, both Chase and myself, blush just a little bit. So hand number 8 we're on. Carrie looks down. Very playable hand. Diamonds and hearts. King, queen, jack, 10. Flop comes out. 8 of hearts, 6 of hearts, queen of clubs. 8 of hearts, 6 of hearts, queen of clubs, looking all around. Okay, Robert's got the 97 for the up and down. Aw, see, that is why we love some Megan in the chat. She makes us blush. Not the best poker stream in the world, but definitely knows how to make a guy blush. And Amber, you are 100% correct. If you do not take advantage of Keikoa teaching you how to play poker, you are 100% missing out. That boy is good. So we're now down to 5 players. And turn card comes out a 4 of diamonds. 2 pair in the, sorry, flop comes out 8, 6, 4, excuse me. 2 pair for the Mexicutioner sitting there in seat number 9. And there's the true board. There it goes. Now we got the queen in there. Did not read it correctly. So board is 6, 4, 8, 9, queen. 6, 4, 8, 9, queen. And that's going to be an 8, 9, queen with a jack 10 sitting in both Carrie and Joey's hand. And there's absolutely nothing that can beat that. So Joey's not going to repot it. He knows at this point that, he may. Robert's got 2 pair. He may repot it. Chances of, nope, he just calls. I was going to say chances of all 3 of them having jack 10 is very slim. So all they truly did right there was they chopped up Robert's $170. And he did let that go. He didn't even call. So they ain't chopping up nothing for him. Joey says, I raise. Carrie says, okay, I'm all in. What you got? I don't think she said, oh, yeah, she did say all in. Ladies and gentlemen, keep your money, pull it back. You're both holding the same exact hand. Boring. Just kidding. So, Megan, you'll be excited to hear I downloaded a voice changer app that we can sound like movie stars. So you may very well see Morgan Freeman or hear Morgan Freeman in the chat. Downloading some more sounds to go on the soundboard. We're learning how to work it. So for those of you just tuning in, notice the viewers keep going up and up, and we appreciate you tuning in. This is KoJack's Poker Club out in Midland, Texas. If you don't know what Midland is, it's named for the midway point between El Paso and Dallas. Way back when, if you've ever seen Anchorman, I wanted to go off of a tangent like that of what Los Angeles is named after, but I don't know if anybody would have caught on to that, and probably would have just dug myself in a hole and got in trouble with HR. But Midland, Texas is, I guess, about 8 hours away from Corpus Christi. Texas is one of the largest states in the United States, and it takes forever. You can cross multiple states in the time it takes you to cross Texas. And we like our oil out here. Everything, our economy and everything out in West Texas used to be based off of oil. Now we like to say it's based off of oil and poker, because people are traveling in just to get a piece of the action at the KoJack's poker tables. If you've never played at the KoJack's poker tables, you know money's not hard to come by. And they like to play a lot of that Mexican sweat poker, ego poker. They'll not uncommon. The other night, we had a pot that was $6,000 pre-flop, and nobody had a pocket pair or an ace in their hand. And look at this. First three hands that pop up: pocket kings, pocket queens, and pocket aces. This is going to be an interesting one. Both Michael and Robert have a very similar hand: 10, 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6. Joey's got the jack 10, 8. So it looks like we're going to be six-way action, $190 inside the pot. Flop comes out. Best hand in poker, 5, 3, and a 10. Champ's got that hidden 64. Nobody, I don't see ace, deuce, 4, 7, anything else in anyone's hand. So I do like Champ's hand. Welcome to the game, Champ. Just a bit over under $1,100. Looks like he bought in for $1,100 and gave 20 of it away. But here we go, Champ. Joni throws out $40. She's getting frisky with those pocket kings. Backdoor second nut flush for her also, but she does have the KoJack. Champ looking for a 2 or a 7. And that's kind of what Robert was looking for. 4 diamonds on the turn. No flush possible this hand. And so you got 3, 4, 5. Robert's holding 6, 7, 8, 9. So a 6, 7, 8, 9, any of those cards gives him a bigger straight. But he's already got the top of it. Michael is drawing to a straight also, but he's going to need that 6. I don't know if he's going to stay. Yes, he is. Robert throws out 50. Robert's careful and concise with his bets. Throws out $50, one calf, and ends up getting 2 callers. Joni's getting a little bit sticky, setting at 0%, and this might even get her in more trouble right here. She was calling with a pair of kings in her hand and hits the king on the turn. She's betting, not even knowing she was at 0% to win the hand on the turn. And throws out $60, $640 in the pot. No chance Robert doesn't raise it with the nut. With the nuts. We call this the nuts hand right here. No hand beats 6, 7. And here goes the bet. $60 was the bet. Looks like around 140, maybe 160. 195 wasn't even close. And Joni makes the call. I think that may be the loosest call that we've ever seen Miss Joni make. Had a misread right there, but you got to know when Robert, Mr. Worsham, is in the hand that he's not betting the river without the absolutes or the second. And that was one of those instances. And Miss Carey throws the button down over to Joni and says, put $10 on here, throw your hand away, and we're moving on to hand number 9. Quick update of the chip count. Mark won one of the early hands, still stays in the lead, up $350. Keiko has been splashing around a little bit, up $250. Now he's up $185. Champ, new to the table, up $150. Robert up $145. And even after that loss that Joni just had, she's still up $5. Seat number 9, the Mexicutioners down $430. Miss Carey's down $240. Mike Svoboda's down $135. And Joey V, red hot, make you trot, is down $30. I'll tell you one thing that's always fun. It's always fun watching players stack chips, just to see how they stack them up. You see Champ sitting in the camo. Well, that's almost Keikoa too. Champ sitting in the camo shirt right in the center, off to the left of Corey's head on the top of the table. He stacks his chips in countable stacks of 10. Miss Joni's got the majority of her chips counted in countable stacks of 10. The same for Svoboda. But look at Mr. Worsham. He's building his towers tall. Mr. Mark's got his chips stacked in countable stacks of 20. I said 10 earlier. I mean 20. Sorry. And this is there's a pair of threes. I was going to say this is an anomaly. Nobody has a pocket pair in their hand, but now 2 people do. So Kerry's got 8s. Mike Svoboda's got 3s. That's a lot of non-pairs. Nobody else holding a 3. Nobody else except there's 1 8 left out. Joey's got 1 of Miss Kerry's. Look at this. Basil joining us in from the elusive North Korea. Are you outside of Pyongyang, Basil? Welcome in, Basil. Pulling in a win last night in the $3,000. It's $2,000 guaranteed, but it had over $3,000 in the pot. Basil was part of a double chop and took some money home. Flop comes out ace, deuce, ace. And just like that, Michael flops the nuts right now. However, not 100% to win this hand because the 3s in Michael's hand and the 10 in Svoboda's hand are above Mike's hand, so he is still susceptible to lose. And Michael shoves all in. Kerry lets it go. And I think Svoboda's going to have to make this call, $325. That puts $875 in the pot, ladies and gentlemen. We have a $1,200 pot right here. Flop boat versus bigger boat possibilities. Okay, they've agreed to run it 3 times. First run out is a 10. 9. Queen. Oh, and that first one goes to Svoboda. And the second one goes to Svoboda with the 3. That's the case 3. Sorry, there's the case 3. That's what I was trying to say is, and just like that, that's how you flop a boat and you lose on 3 separate runouts. Wow. 10, 3, 3. That is absolutely incredible. Unheard of. That is insane. Holy cow. Is Jackson Thompson in the chat? I didn't get to see him. Where's he at? Where's he at? Uh-oh. You see this, ladies and gentlemen? You see that comment right there in the chat? That is Mr. Sean Rice. If you don't know who Sean Rice is, you better learn, because one of these days he is going to go to Las Vegas and he's going to play in the World Series of Poker and he's going to win the main event. This man is unreal at tournament poker. And also was a big part of KoJack's in the earlier days, but then he became too big for us. Now he just travels around to Aruba and wins tournaments there, travels out to... I'm surprised you haven't hit up the European Poker Tour, Sean. That's probably on your list, isn't it, to win? But not before you take down the main event. Love to hear that. Jackson Thompson, have you heard that the bird is the word and the Permian Basin Poker Series is coming back? This is what Sean was talking about. He's coming in for the championship. I guess he's going to be driving a beautiful Corvette down here and taking down the main event, $40,000 guaranteed, but we know how we do things in Midland, Texas. We make them bigger, so get ready. Jackson, if you're not busy, if you can make it, we got a tournament for the likings. Excuse me. I had a frog in my throat, had to cough it up. But the Permian Basin Poker Series is coming down. Oh, I'll tell you what, Sean is one of the most honest people that I've ever met. The only thing that you can keep him honest at is not bluffing, right? Excuse me. So here we are, hand numero once. That says 10. You see where it says pot 140 and then 10 right above it? That's because it's 10 on the button. PLO high. This is Jackson's kind of game. Sean is a tournament specialist, but I've seen him crush some big O cash tables here Back in the days when we used to have the $10,000 minimum buy-ins and all the kind of good stuff. Flop comes out, queen of clubs, 9 of spades, deuce of diamonds, queen 9 deuce. That's just nothing but a set for red hot KoJack. Are you watching this, Amber? Are you taking a look at this and seeing what's happening? KoJack just flops the world. The case queen is out, so no more quads. Drawing possibilities for Joni, looking for a 10. And it's going to be Joni versus KoJack. KoJack, I would love to see him check. Joni just hit 2 pair right there. Looking for a 10 or an 8 or a jack. Nope, jack won't help. No, a 7 won't even help. There is nothing but a 10 that will help Joni. Let's go, Joni Baloney. So it looks like Joni's got the most viewers in the table. If you're in the room watching, who are you watching? Who are you rooting for? Who do you want to see just tear this table to shreds? And here we go, all into call. KoJack bets 475, and that's going to be an all-in and a snap call. And the river card is a jack, and just like that, Joni Baloney ships all of her chips over to Amber's KoJack. Oh, no. But, hey, hats off to KoJack. Beautiful pot. And Joni, I feel like, is going to just get right back in the action. She's not a quitter. Aww. Trying to see what she's coming back in for. She's got some big-faced Benjamins right there. I like the little face hundreds. Which $100 bills did y'all like the best? I like the little face hundreds. 3, 4, 5, 10. We got 1,000 going over to Miss Joni Stack. She is reloading for the full amount. 1,000 new chips going in her stack. And as those are thrown out, let's get a peek at the chip stack. KoJack is now up $950, bought in with $1,000, setting with $1,950. Robert bought in with $1,000, setting at $1,780. And Mr. Svoboda bought in with $1,600, setting now at $2,145. Mark with $1,000, $1,350. Champ with $1,000 at $1,040. And down in the cellar, we got people working their way out. 2 players right at 1,000 chips down. By chips, I mean $1,000 down. And they got some work to go. We'll take a look at the VPIP on the flip side. And Sean Jackson, if y'all are still watching, these players, they just like to play. They like to get down, get dirty, and win some money. And they also like to bad beat you. Speaking of the way players stack chips, did you see the way KoJack's got this? He's got the towers behind him, the quad towers. So action's moving around. Hand number 12. Ace King in Robert's hand of clubs. Jack 7 of diamonds. That's a fun one to play. Miss Carey's got pocket 5s. I think Miss Carey has the only pocket pair on the board. Flop comes out, queen of spades, jack of hearts, 5 of diamonds. That's a flopped set for Miss Carey. Haven't seen Michael's hands just yet. He's spreading them out, trying to get them up in red. And I am going to... Ooh, I hit him. Told you I was going to kill that fly. I just hit him with my hand. I Mr. Miyagi'd it. $270 in the pot, little bet, and just like that, raised to 170. Joey calls, queen 10, 4-3. kind of fishing around a little bit, getting a little bit slippery. Queen 10 looking for a king now, and those hearts are a little more firepower for Carrie. It's going to scare her, so she's going to throw out a bigger bet. That looks like $2, 1 squirt, $225, and Joey says, I call. He's checking Miss Carrie down, making sure she's not pushing him around. Oh, Miss Carrie said pot, excuse me. Or Joey said, I raise you all in. Jack on the turn. Looks like they're running it multiple times. That fills Carrie up, and that fills Carrie up even more. So running it twice. Fives full of jacks on the top board, fives full of aces on the bottom board, and a whole $1,300 in cash money, but in the form of chips, are shipped Western Union over to Carrie. Congratulations on the full double up, taking advantage of the red hot Joey. And he even says, good hand. Here we go. There's 300. There's 350. There's $450. $675 bonus going in Miss Carrie's pot. And that's an emotion that no poker player likes to have. Going into the pocket, getting some more cash, but it is a refire bullet. And here we go again. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got 900 coming in on the rebuy. Not completely dead. That's just why we're going for 900. And Joey's got some firepower, less chips, but just as much as he bought in with. Those blacks are $100 a pop. And as we're getting that well fill, we want to remind you that Santa Claus is coming to town in the form of the Mystery Bounty Tournament. September 19th, September 20th, 2 flights September 21st, and 1 flight on September 22nd. $240 if you have not entered the tournament yet. But after that, all re-entries are $120. You start with 20,000 chips. There's an add-on. $20 on your first buy-in, $10 on any additional buy-in. That gets you 10,000 extra chips. And what you're hunting is you're hunting those double bags, triple bags, quad bags. Double bags, you can add up your chips and have a larger bag heading into day 2. Triple baggers get a $500 bonus. And we've already got 2 of those, 2 of them from KoJack's, as a matter of fact. Brian Duplantis and that gentleman you see right there, Mr. Joey Valle. He is a triple bagger. And if I'm not mistaken, let me check this graphic because he has a massive stack of chips. Let me go back to this email, and I can tell you our chip leaders in the tournament right now. Spot number 1, top 2 spots are our triple baggers. They get to carry the best 2 bags forward, and the rest of them go in. Joey V's first bag was $296,000. His second bag was $225,000, but his third bag, $584,000 chips. So he's already got a combined total of $880,000 chips in his bag. So it's time for you to bag it up and come take them from him. Mr. Brian Duplantis is sitting in second place with bags of 433 and 213 for a total of 646. And just checking around, Daryl Hopkins is a single bagger, 408,000 in his bag. Jack Keene is a double bagger, got 381,500. Basil's single bag, 366,500. Roy Hall, 315,500. We've got Keikoa Mendenhall, another player at this table, got 230,000. Paul Strasner's got a single bag, 230. Excuse me. Mr. Moyer, he bagged it up, 179,000 chips. MJ Gentleman has 160,000 chips, and the always dangerous Mr. Hunter Pierce and George Ariola both have bags, single bags coming in this tournament, and you better believe it, this week they are going to be firing at multiple flights, trying to get some of those chips in play so that they can build those bags up. But don't forget, we're going to be having Friday night festivities. Let me go ahead and flip back over here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. But on September the 27th, that's the Friday. We're going to be having Friday festivities. And if you've never been to Friday festivities at KoJack's, you have missed out. We're going to be having a Calcutta. We're going to be having some grub. We're going to be having a ton of cash tables. Every cash table in the building will be full, and poker will be spread across the room. We'll have some giveaways. We'll have some food. And best of all, if you've never been part of a KoJack's Calcutta, it is time to come out and try it. It's 100% player supported. Come out, and if you're not in the tournament, let's say Keiko is in the tournament, and you think he's going to win it, let's say he's got a big stack of chips, or you think he's about to run hot or a great tournament player, you can buy him. And he's got rights to buy half of his action. So let's say you buy him for $500. He can give you $250 and get half of that prize pool. All the proceeds from the player-funded Calcutta go into a prize pool. We pay out first place, second place, and third place in the increments of 50, 30, and 20. And let's say there's $15,000 in the Calcutta. You bought Keikoa. He wins first place. Then I should have done an easier math number. Let's say $20,000 in the Calcutta. That means you win $10,000, so you win half of that. So you win $5,000. He wins $5,000 off your $200 purchase. So definitely going to be something to believe in, something to look in. Hey, Culture, come play on our stream. We welcome you out. If you come in and you find Charlie in here, I might even comp your daily just so you can come in and see how salty and spicy and sugary this insane table is. These players, they love to play poker. We've got all kinds of players here. We've got sharks, we've got amateurs, we've got fish, we've got whales, we've got everybody. And let me tell you this, you're not bluffing here. Bluffing at KoJack's is 100% impossible to do, and a lot of players like to take it upon them to see if they can push those big bluffs through. But the players here don't like to have someone get the best of them. So be cautious, be wary, but be ready to go. Just kind of looking around at the hands, trying to figure out what everybody's got. And as I was doing that, I was thinking, you know, we've got 27 baggers in the mystery bounty already. There's almost $40,000 in the prize pool. If you can't tell me this is going to be big, I mean, you cannot tell me this is not going to be huge. It's 1 week in, and that's the first week of a tournament like this. It is typically the slower week. So this week, all three clubs are going to be hammered busy. Flop comes out, ace of clubs, 10 of clubs, jack of hearts, and Kerry says, I call the $250 that was bet by you. Joey with king, queen, flops Broadway, but Kerry's got the boat draw. I like Kerry's hand a lot, spades and diamonds, but it's going to be no help here. 5 of hearts on the turn. Joey's going to pound it even harder. He says, pot. Is Kerry calling? Kerry's playing today. See the culture? This is what I'm telling you about. Look at this. Set of aces with clubs and a heart draw out there, and Joey pounds the pot, and Miss Kerry took Joey. So yeah, this sounds terrible, but ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Biggest pot of the night, $1,745. Joey is dodging. Kerry, wow, 25% to win this hand. 3-1. 4-1, I can add. So they're discussing what Corey's doing right now is he is looking for Joey's, whether or not he wants to run it multiple times, and what are we waiting on? Let's get it on, ladies and gentlemen. We got the biggest pot of the night. Oh, I know what we're waiting on now. I just saw it. Mark's got cards. My hat was in the middle of the screen, and I could not figure out why we were waiting. Mark's got the second nut flush draw. He's got 2 pair, Jack 10. Can't hit a boat because Kerry will win it, but Queen hits the straight, and you know he's struggling for thoughts right now. He's like, how can I be bad? We've got $2,400 in the pot, and Mark's got a hell of a beard. Chris, he kind of put you to shame. Just kidding. Just kidding. His is nice and straight where yours has the curls. The waves. How about that? So 24.40 in the pot, and he's saying, How am I going to fold this? How do I fold this? What do you think in the chat? What do you think? Call. Is he priced in at this point? What do y'all think? Type 1 if you think he's priced in. Type 2 if you think he should fold. Hurry, hurry, hurry. I want to see your thoughts. Oh, it's folding. Oh, nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Oh, Mark. It's coming club on the river just because he folded that. Michael, you see the execution right there. Give me those cards. I'm all in. $1,000 to win 3,400. Hell yes, I'm in it. And so you see the dealer motion in 3 cards right there. 3 chances for Kerry to hit a boat or a straight. No boat. First one's to Joey. Second one, that would have been Marky Mark. Third one, Kerry's looking for a pair of the board. Anything to pair. And a 3 on the river. And hey, once again, it goes 3-3. And King Queen holds up. Joey just bought in for around 900, and whatever's left of what he put in there is going to be his. You see that plus $1,445 going in his hand. Biggest hand of the night. Basil, I already knew you were typing 2. I went ahead and put in the algorithm that if Basil comments on this, it's going to be 2. No, I'm just teasing you, Basil. Hey, once again, congratulations on last night pulling in that free roll win. I saw you flashing those Benjamins in that picture. Let's see, Basil won the bomb pot last week, chopped up the free roll this week. I think you may have bagged. Yeah, you bagged in the mystery bounty. Basil, you are muy caliente, aren't you? Just like Red Hot Joey right there, triple bagger in the bounty tournament. And where is he at right here? Let's see if I can get in. We're going to be doing a quick bomb pot. So Joey went from almost $1,000 down in that hand to $530 up. Actually, yeah, that's right, $530 up. Big winner right now, though, is KoJack, $865 up. Right behind him, Mr. Svoboda, Silent Assassin is what I like to call him, $810 up, setting directly to his left. Robert, hey, look at this. All the chips are staying on that side of the table. Everybody in the green is on that side of the table. How about that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. Everybody in the club getting tipsy, and this is how we go. Let's take a look at the VPIPs. As soon as this goes away, VPIPs, KoJack 71%, and Amber, just so you know, since you're learning some poker, VPIP voluntarily put inside the pot. That's when you put money in the pot and you don't have to. You're not forced by the blind. Luckily, in this game, the VPIPs are going to be usually a little bit lower due to the fact that there's not a small blind and a big blind. There's only a button blind, 1 blind. Yet somehow people always have high VPIPs. That's because we're at KoJack's. So what you see right there, Josh, brand new dealer at KoJack's, Miss Dills, bringing it all back in. That's why I wasn't reading the cards. I'm just kidding. He is not a brand new dealer. Very experienced dealer. Very nice gentleman. And brings them back in. And left somebody out, so we're going to get everybody in the hand. What we're doing is a single board $25 bomb pot. Oh, no, they elected not to, did they? Didn't they, Chris? No bomb pot? Oh, they did? I must have missed it. Maybe that last hand was bomb pot. Heck, I don't know. Kayla, what is going on? Carrie's been playing this. Of course, if you know Carrie, you know this has always been her favorite game. A little bit of poker action, a little bit of skill, and a little bit of gamble. She likes to live on the edge. Joni's got double quad draws, 99.77. KoJack, king. You see this, Amber? KoJack's in the hand. Always a chance for him to win when he's in it. I see some pocket queens down there. I see a bunch of hearts. We're going to have fun. Only 1-9 left in the deck for Miss Joni. I saw 1 go in the muck, and I'm pretty sure I saw a 7 say Bon Voyage also. So it looks like Joni's got 1 of each card left to hit, but she's also looking for that 6, 8, 10, 8, 10 jack, something like that. Flop comes out ace, 9, 3, 2 clubs on the board, and that gives Keikoa the nut flush draw. You need to come in and say, hi, Miss Kayla. Look at that black chip off the top. That's a $100 bill, 160 in the pot. Joni does make, oh, Joni flopped a set. I was like, how did she do it? She flopped the case 9. Keiko is in trouble. I didn't even see that. Keiko has got about a 1 out of 5 chance to hit a club left in the deck. I wish we had our outs at the top. For some reason, our outs disappeared, but we'll get them back on there soon. And an ace of spades on the river. That's actually got to scare Joni. I don't think she can really bet. No, I'm just kidding. Whatever I say is going to be opposite. And that ace might get a call from Keikoa. It's not a terrible call, and he does. No, he lets it go. And just like that, smiling Joni pulls in a pot plus $210. That eats away at some of the deficit she is. She's about $1,000 down, but she is digging her way out. Stacks up those blacks, lifts them up, puts the greens under them. She'll be having stacks soon. I'll tell you one thing about Joni, though. You can give everybody else 10,000 chips, give Joni 1,000 chips, and she's not going anywhere. She hangs in there. So what you see right there is a straddle. I was going to say a blind bet, but that is a straddle. $10 on the button, straddle for 20. That means Joey gets last action, not ultimate last action. Don't mix it up. We do not give ultimate last action, only last action pre-flop. So action's going to start on Miss Carrie. She says no. Jack 875. She gone. Moves around to Joni. She's going to let it go. Keikoa says, I'm in for 70. We're going to raise it up. It's got the patent KoJack with a 3 of clubs to match that second nut flush draw. So far, nobody's picked up the ace of clubs. Svoboda's the king of the towers. So here we go, $290 in the pot, 4-way action. Flop comes out 7-5-6 or 5-6-7, and just like that, Joey flops an 8 high straight. 2 spades on the board. Robert holding the nut spades. If you're out there in the chat, there's a ton of y'all in there, and you want to commentate with me. Go ahead and head up to the club. We'll get you in here. Throw a headset on. You probably know a little bit more about PLO than I do, and we'll get you some screen time and some commentating on the hands. So 10 of hearts on the turn, and Joey says, I bet it like I've got the best hand. He doesn't think anybody has 8-9. And the way the cards are going in the muck, nobody has 8-9. So Robert's calculating his odds. He's got 30%. He makes the call. Got a pair of 10s. Got aces in his hand, even better. Doesn't know it, but yeah, there's the spade. He was in deep, and spade on the river. Joey's going to check, and Robert's betting. Joey knows Robert's play style, plays with him a lot. Look at that. Folds his cards before Robert even throws the bet out. Robert played that book like an open hand. Played that hand like an open book, and Joey caught on to it. Joey knew he was fishing. Joey only had an 8 high straight. Possibility he could have had 8-9, but even better, 2 spades in his hand. Joey had all red cards, so knew it was out like the gout. And Robert pulls in a nice little win, and he's $1,025 up. Good job, Robert. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So as everybody, we notice the views going up and up each week, and we definitely want to say thank you to everybody. But we want to flash you the Permian Basin Poker Series. It is, the boys are coming back in town. The boys are back in town. I wish I could sing. I'd sing it to you. Over $100,000 in guaranteed, 10 flights spread over 13 beautiful days of intense poker. And if you notice on Monday, Monday, October the 7th, I can talk. I promise you, I learned when I was little. Monday, October the 7th, we left our free roll in there as part of the series, but there's a twist to it. It's a free roll with level changing bomb pots. So anytime we go from level 1 to level 2 to level 3, there is a bomb pot. So those players that like bomb pot action, get ready. $2,000 guaranteed, but you and I both know there's probably going to be, I don't know, $7,000, $8,000 in that bomb pot. I mean, that free roll. So here we go on to hand numero 18, and some decent hands. I'm not a fan of the Jack 9-3. I know Keiko is going to play it because he raised it. I do really like Michael's hand, King 6 5-3, not because it has the 5-3, but also yes, because it does have a 5-3. So if you're in the chat, Kayla, Basil, we know your favorite hand. Culture, what are y'all's favorite hands in poker? Tell me what you like. You all know if you're watching KoJack's live stream, I absolutely love 5-3. By far, hands down, the best hand in poker. Anytime we see it, we'll go ahead and give it a standing ovation. And Michael's got it. And he 3-bets it. I didn't even see that. He 3-bets it to a count, a calf. We had a raise to 25, call of the 25, 3-bet to 150. Sorry, call of 125, 3-bet to 150. So we're going to be heads up, Jack 9-3, bunch of diamonds versus King 6 5-3. And this is why 5-3 is the best hand in poker. Because you got King 6 of spades in the back door, and it just flops it. Chechi, what's up? I can never pronounce it right. I hear Basil say it all the time, and I'm butchering it. Chichi, type it in how it's supposed to be said. So here we go. Michael throws out. And, oh, you see him point at the screen, ladies and gentlemen? You see him point at the screen? Yes. Yes, that is right. He played that 5-3, and he showed it, and that's going to get under the skin a little bit of Keiko. Keiko is going to suspect, though, when he shows the 5-3, that he's got the nut flush right there. And looks up at the TV, acts like he's not even interested. And 5-3 is in it to win it. Best hand in poker, and there we go. That's why we play it, ladies and gentlemen. It didn't have anything to do with that win. The spades had it locked up. But speaking of having something locked up, Cheech is talking about coming out tomorrow, $60 bomb pot tournament. And just so you know, you like the drums. Yes, yes. Excuse me. Sorry if that was loud. I tried to get my mic out of my face. But if you like the action that you see tonight with 4 cards, we have a tournament tomorrow night. It is only a $60 entry fee, and it's a 4-card PLO high-only double board bomb pot tournament. It is for the sickest of the sick. It's not for the faint of hearts. You're looking for those hands that have both the high and the low, as Matt Damon says it. But there's no low. So when I say high and low, I'm talking about the top board and the bottom board. You want them both in there. Svoboda raises it up, and look at this. Marky Mark has ace, 3-3, and I see hearts in there. No double suited. Keikoa pocket 9s. Carrie's got a beautiful hand. King 10-6 of diamonds. I like that. Robert's got a playable hand. Queen Jack of clubs. Jack 5, so pocket jacks. Mike's got Queen 8 of spades, 93 of spades, and Michael riding that king high flush from the last hand, calls the 30, but Carrie says, not in my house. Raise it up to $210, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to have another huge hand because it's not going to be 1 or 2 way. It's going to be 3-way action. Mark makes the call just as we knew he... Oh, it's going to be 4-way action, ladies and gentlemen, unless Michael folds. We got to get the graphics caught up. We accidentally folded Mark, but we'll get his cards in there. If I remember correctly, Mark has ace, something 3, 2 hearts. So statistically, he's in the lead pre-flop. Our graphics will catch up with you. Sorry about that. If not, we know what the majority of his hand of what he had. And Mark just flopped a set of aces. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Mark's got a set of aces. We got Michael's hand in place of Mark's hand. Good thing no crazy person calls with King 5-3, except for this guy. Mark says, if you got clubs, I'm betting the pot, so go ahead and get ready. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you do see a technical glitch right here. That is not Michael's hand in the hand. That is Mr. Mark's hand. We're going to have to get on to Chris back here. He just smiles. Did you see what happened? You got Mark in there. Michael's hand in there. Mark has a set of aces, and you folded his hand on accident, and you got Mike's hand. That's hard when they're sitting next to each other. So Mark is going to get the check mark. Just kidding. Yes, look at this. A massive pot. We're going to have to get an adjustment on the chip counts because Mark's got a massive stack now. All those chips headed his way. He has all of Carrie's chips. So they're going to be coming out of Michael's hand and going into Mark's hand. So as we get that graphic adjusted, sorry about that. We do not like mistakes, but unfortunately mistakes do happen. And whenever they happen, we kick Chris.
That's $600 out of Michael's?
Yes. And Mark now has so many chips that he is, yes, he is, I say yes like Mark can hear me. He asked, is this my card right here? And I said yes, but he cannot hear me. So Mark's got a fat stack. That's a lot of oh no, that's whipped cream. Joey got him a little fluff coffee. If you never had a coffee at KoJack's, we don't make it like Starbucks. We make it better. Why waste $9.95 on a cup of coffee when you can come here and one is on the house? Raised to 100 by Keikoa. I love the aggressiveness and the action that he has. Queen, Jack, 9-3. Setting 9% pre-flop with these 5 players, and he says, I'm just going to raise it $100. King, Queen, 10-8 makes the call. I'm sure Robert's going to make the call. Nut, hearts, and third nut spades with a pair of jacks. I think Joni's probably going to make this call just because of what's in there. It is $80 to win 340, so she's getting over 4 to 1. Oh, almost 5 to 1 for her money. But she says, nope, not today, Linda. And we're going to be 3-way heads up at KoJack's. Heads up at KoJack's never has just 2 players, always more. Flop comes out 8-10-5. Mike flops top 2 pair. Keikoa up and down with a big queen, looking for a king, queen, jack, 9-7. Looking all around. However, 2 of the jacks are sitting in Robert's hand. And I bet you Robert continues right here. I don't see him folding this. Keikoa bets 340. He may fold to that bet. And what you see Svoboda, he shook his hand out over his chips. And he was asking, how many chips are in your stack? How much can I lose? And Mike says, I pot it. 340 is the bet. Next pot's 9, 10, 20 plus the remainder in the middle. So 10, 20 plus 680, 1,700. Keikoa says, I call. Man, nailed that pot. Look at that. This guy still knows. Keikoa did say, yes, I call. Turn card, a deuce. And this is it. Another huge pot. 5 on the river. Checkmark goes to 2 pair, 8s and 10s. Keikoa misses all of the draws. And Svoboda very, very intelligently flips over his whole hand. Takes 4 cards to play, even though 2 of them are in the pot. And we're getting a count on the chips, and that's going to be all of Mr. Keikoa's chips. And round of applause for Mr. Svoboda. Very nice, double up. And we've got our first player at $3,660. Svoboda's got stacks on stacks on stacks now. He's known for the Twin Towers, building them up high. And Mr. Roberts, sitting over in seat number 7, is about to have stack envy. Look at this. We're just going to be growing. It's fun to watch how people stack their chips. I say it all the time. Got to make it even. Got that 3 barrels of green right there. And how are we going to do the reds? So he's actually not going much higher. I bet he goes higher with the reds, though. Even got those blacks in his stack, so he is building up a mammoth portion of chips. And let's go ahead and flip over here. So we did lose Miss Carey. Miss Carey jumped out for the night. She had to go home. But Mike Svoboda up 2,000 city dollars. Got $3,660 in his stack. Robert, I'm sitting right next to him. Oh, sorry. Joey has 2,200 in his stack, but Robert is in for 1,000. Got 1,870. Winner number 2. Keiko is in for 2,000. He is down $1,000. But as you see right here, when pots get to the size of $2,000 per hand, that's one hand. He's got 1,000 in front of him. One hand, he's back to even. That's all it takes in this game. Are you ready? KoJack's Live, brought to you by KoJack's Poker Club, Midland, Texas, home of the 2024 Permian Basin Poker Series. Welcome out, because it returns October the 1st. Svoboda continues his run hot. Hand comes out, ace of clubs, jack of spades, 10 of clubs, 9 of clubs. Don't really like to be triple suited, but hey, anytime you can have the suit with the nut diamond. Let's put it this way. He's got a royal flush draw right there. Just needs the queen, jack of clubs. So actions on Michael. It was raised up to $60. Graphics has fallen a little bit behind, but we will catch up. 7 up. And here we go. You're going to see it zoom around. I have not caught this fly yet. I will catch it tonight. I have removed my hat, and I'll either hit the fly or hit Chris Gwynn, one or the other. So if you hear me struggling like that, I'm swinging at a fly. Flop comes out, 9 of hearts, 6 of hearts, 4 of clubs. 5 players on the table right now. Trying to see who has all the equity in the hand, and it's going to be Keikoa sitting there with 31%, 6-4 in his hand, and he has this wicked way of always knowing when he's ahead. Bet of 90, led out by Joey, top pair, top kicker, and I think Keikoa is probably going to raise that. I would say he's probably going to make it 300, or even a minimum raise, 200. And I'm not quite sure what's going on here. Haven't got to see. We're a little bit behind. He may have said pot, and that's what he said. He said pot, $570. Actions folded back around, I'm pretty sure, to Joey. Mark's going to let it go. The Executioner says nope. And action's now on Joey. He can't make this call, and he does let it go. Wow, hey, let's give a little bit of applause right there. Great move, 2-pair. He knew he was good. He said ultimate pressure, and that's how you start digging out of the hole. He was down $1,000 before that hand started. Now he's down $670. So one hand, $330 profit. Let's go. So everyone in the chat, I need to hear where you're watching from. Are you watching from your house? Are you watching from a restaurant? Are you watching from the road? I know last week we had a couple people driving back into Midland, one from Oklahoma and one from New Mexico. They were watching some KoJack's live on their live streams. But what you're watching tonight is KoJack's live 10 on the button PLO high version of it. We call it Joni's game. She puts it together each week for us and comes out and plays. So if you're watching, where are you watching from? And I'm not talking city. I'm talking, are you, and Basil, do not say the toilet. I mean, you can. But where are you watching from? Watching from your house? Watching from a restaurant? Watching from the road? Watching from where? Where are you at? Carmen Sandiego. Where in the world? Y'all remember that song with those long-haired mullets? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? If you're in the chat and you're old enough to know what that is, type in ones in the chat. If you have no clue who that is, then type in 44 because that is how old I am. Looks like we got a little bomb pot action here, and there's those towers. Chip Envy in seat 7. Chip stacks are now on the rise in seat number 8. 7, 6, sorry. Look at this. Michael's hand, ace, queen, queen, 6. But Joni's got the nut flush draw. That's a scary board, though. Paired board always leads to trouble, especially at KoJack's when the pots get big real quick. 3-way action, $550 in the pot. Joni's got the nut flush, but Michael's got the ace, looking for any pair in his hand or a queen. Ace, queen, or 6 will give him the boaty boat. And a king on the river, and that spells trouble for Joni. Michael is off the hook, but he's going to bet it like he's on the hook. One cow, $100. And here we go, champ. He says, pot. And Joni's got to give him credit right there for the boat. Especially on a paired board on the flop. You got one ace in your hand. You got 3 other cards. They could have a 9, 7, king. You got to give him credit for that. She's gonna 100% let this go. Oh, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to. Don't do it, Joni. Don't do it, Joni. She's saying, does he have it? But here's the problem. If she doesn't have it, Michael's still got cards behind her. So even if Champ didn't have it, which we know watching at home he does, there's still a player behind. You've got a paired board. Oh, it's going to go. Nope. Yep. Nope. Yep. Nope. Oh, what is she doing? Big decision, because that's a lot of money. $735 is going to be all in for Joni to make this call. She's only got $690 in her stack. She's got to let it go. She's got to know she's beat. Pocket 9s, pocket 7s, pocket kings, ace king, ace 9, ace 7, or ace 7. Too many hands out there. But this is also a big part of KoJack's poker. She plays a lot with Champ. She knows sometimes he can get a little frisky, push chips around, play his weight, and he can be representing ace 7, ace 9, ace king, 99, king, king, 77. He can be representing any of those and sitting there just like he is, postured, you know, let him fold. I'm acting strong, let him fold. But in this case, he does have the nutty nuts. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's the nutty nuts right there. And Joni just is not ready to let it go. She's thinking long. And that's because of her history with him. She's counting out. Oh, that's a call. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a call. And we've got another $2,375 pot. And that call allowed Michael to lay down his ace. He had ace queen. And big hand for Mr. Champ. Champ pulls in $1,400 with that pot. $2,375. And let's look at the stack size now. Joni's got a bunch of them big face Benjamins. She's counting out some more right there, about to come right back in. She says, my chips are not for keeps. They are for just a loan, and she's going to fire in and come back for some more. She throws a whole stack of bills down right there. Let's see what she's coming back in for. She's coming back in for $1,000. And Josh is going to refill the well, get her some chips. And Champ is stacking his chips high. Svoboda is setting a pattern. And he's trying to see, he's building different towers. He's playing around, seeing how he likes to stack. He's got about 7 stacks of red, and I would say 5 stacks of green there. He's got mammoth towers, almost $4,000 sitting in front of his stack. And if you're just joining in, what you're joining in for is $10 on the button, PLO high, KoJack's Poker Club, Midland, Texas. And KoJack's is proud to say we have Santa Claus coming to town in October in the form of the Permian Basin Poker Series. It is back. The Permian Basin Poker Series is back. You saw it. Sean Rice jumped in just to say he's coming to take down the championship. The main event, he's going to be in Aruba for the first week of it. So if you want to win one, come out the first week of it. He's already claimed the second week for his. 10 events spread over 13 days. Guarantees 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 20,000, 2,000, 10 or 20,000, 10,000. So let's back up one. Wednesday, October the 9th, the High Roller Championship. It's got $20,000 on there. If you keep up with our social media at all at KoJack's, you know in the month of July we had a high roller, $44,000 in the prize pool. In the month of August, we had a high roller, $59,000 in the prize pool. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am making my estimation. This estimation is as solid as 5-3 is in poker. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. We're going to have $74,000 plus in this high roller. It is going to be huge. We're guaranteeing over $100,000 on the weekend. Y'all don't even want to hear my guesstimation. It's going to be closer to double that. It's just going to be big. If you've never seen a series out here, if you're new to West Texas, tournaments are just bigger in West Texas. We don't quite have the population of Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, San Antonio, Houston. They have those $1 million tournaments, but we have bigger tournaments per capita than anywhere else in the state of Texas. Proven fact, you've seen some of our main events if you're old timers in our chat. By old timers, I mean OGs, people that have been here for a while. Corey Rogers, he's one of those OGs. Basil's seen those big tournaments. Not double board, single board bomb pot, $25 makes you holler, and it's shipped over to the Mexicutioner, and the button is on Mr. Worsham. Mr. Worsham is doing well tonight, up $845. He's almost 100% up on where he was at the start of it. Ladies and gentlemen, did you see... I don't want to talk about this because it's a painful point for me, but if you're in the chat and you like the Cowboys, you know that I love the Cowboys. They got their butts whipped this week. And if you're in the chat and you're a Cowboys fan, type in ones. Let me know if I have anybody like me in the chat. Cowboy fans, come alive. I know if Basil's in here, he's typing 100 times. That boy likes the Cowboys just as much as I do. Spivey from over in Odessa. What we're missing, Spivey, big Spivey, is we're missing the broom. You need to, or the broom. You need to bring the broom or the shovel. I don't remember what it is, but you need to bring it in. Joni got a little digging out to do, spreading out her cards so we can get them read. Mr. Mark enjoying the fruits of his chips. He's sitting right around the even mark, just down $100. Raised to $50. Everybody was already in for 10, so everybody made the call. And here we go. Flop comes out 5 of spades, deuce of diamonds, queen of hearts. Queen, 5, deuce. Michael with 10s and the 2 through 5 straight draw up and down, looking for an ace or a 6. I see 1 6 out. I see 1 ace out, depending on what Joni has in her hand. And we're going to be heads up, a true heads up, two-way heads up. KoJack versus the Mexicutioner. Mexicutioner setting big on this hand, 80% to win. And just like that, KoJack turns a big draw, Broadway draw, 9, 10, jack, ace, anything in the realm of that. And there it is. Oh, just kidding. That is the Yahtzee card for Michael because that completed KoJack straight, but it gave Michael the 10 high flush draw. Only 2 hearts beat Michael, so he's going to make the call. KoJack actually bet 100. Michael raises to 300. That's got to put the brakes on KoJack. I would love to see a re-raise right here. That would be the play of the day if he can somehow re-raise this. And no, he does let it go. So congratulations to the Mexicutioner. Pulling in $950 in his stack. And ladies and gentlemen, that puts him on the plus side. On the green side, he is now up $95. So we've got about 28 minutes left in the live stream, maybe. And it's been a blast tonight. Hope you're enjoying some of the juiciest poker around. Hope you're enjoying learning about the Permian Basin Poker Series making its return to KoJack Poker Club. Hope you've enjoyed the 3-club Mystery Bounty Tournament. Once again, the final 5 flights take place this week. I wish you could see my mouse cursor because I'm highlighting those. September 19th, September 20th, September 21st, 2 flights, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. Don't be late. And September the 22nd, these are the final 5 flights. Almost $40,000 already in the combined prize pool. It's gonna be big. And you want to, I promise you, you want to be part of that. Raised to $40. Action now shifts on around to Mark, and he pulls out the chips and then throws out his cards. The Mexicutioner says nope. Joni says yep. KoJack says yep. 4-way action now. 4 players to the flop. Flop comes out 9 of clubs, 4 of spades, deuce of hearts, 9 for deuce, and Robert got all of it. And I mean all of it. Flops a set of 9s. Mike, however, though Mike has pocket aces with a 55, he does not want to hit that 5. And he does. He keeps it. Mike versus Robert, 2 of the prettiest stacking chips in the. Oh, and he shows him, hey, I got pocket aces. I'm giving you a little respect. And Robert's not one to fake around. This is why when Robert makes those bets, people let him go because he showed his set of 9s. He didn't leave anything to mystery there. He should have showed like 9, 10. That would have been great. Got an add-on, more chips going in. Where are these chips going? Right on, making his win equity. We're talking about adding on chips at this point. One of the players just added on chips to their stack. And the reason he added on was to add to the equity if he wins to make his win percentage bigger and quicker. Flop comes out, six-way action, ace of clubs, 10 of clubs, queen of diamonds. Looking for king 10, don't see king 10 in anybody's hand. I only see 1 10 on the board. That's Joey with a jack 10. And the nut flush is in Robert's hand, and he bets. He likes to bet that nut flush draw the same way he bets sets, flop sets. We've seen that. Throws out $55. That's a quick call by Mark with ace. Oh, Mark's got a set of aces. That's why he's making that call. Robert's Gen card looking for any club. 7 of hearts on the turn. And Mark is still, no, Robert's already flopped it. I'm over here saying he's on that club draw, but he's already flopped it. He's got the KoJack in his hand. And Mark is officially, wow. Looking for a queen, a 7, a 10, a 5, a deuce. Bet of $260, and I think Mark's probably going to call this. He's got essentially 6 outs to make a boat. That's why he's still setting 25%. I say 6 outs, 6 different cards of outs. Theoretically, if those aren't in the people's hands, he's got 24 outs, but we know some of those have been folded. Mark's thinking about this, and it's painful. He's got that black clover hat on, little good luck shamrock. Hungry? Why wait? Oh, touche. Sorry about that. Shame on Charlie. I just handed Chris a Snickers, and he said he'd love to have one, but it doesn't agree with him. Sorry about that, Chris. Mark is in a painful way here. I think he's going to call this, but one thing Robert does is he value bets, and Mark has seen Robert play enough to know that when he puts the money in the pot, that he's got it, and he knows that Robert probably has King Jack right here, and he's going to he's going to fold. He shows the 5 deuce of clubs, and then shows the 2 aces on top of that. And this is the reason that Robert does not get the calls. Robert flips over his hand and shows him, "Hey, I flopped the nuts. I got the backup nut draw, and you were gonna have to draw to beat me." He was 4-1 to win. And but the only downfall about that is he can use that to his advantage, because he can bluff every once in a while and get away with it, because all he's shown is the absolute nuts. And here we go. Anytime we got the nuts on the table, the bells go out. Robert joining the table, moving the cards on around the table. Open up the door. The sauna feels like an ice box. That beautiful cool air is flowing in, and it is amazing. Keikoa raises it up with 98.55. He does like to splash around, and these hands are the ones that the people who play PLO the most aggressive are the ones that play hands in these styles right here. Don't really expect pocket fives to be raising. You expect most of the time ace, ace, king, queen, ace, ace, king, double suited, kings, king, jacks. You expect hands like that to make these raises, but Keikoa does bump it up. Tries to get some money into the pot. Raised to 25, and I feel like Mike's going to make this call. He's on double quad draw, 10-10, 8-8, double suited. I like that hand. Don't really like playing double paired hands, but I like that hand with a double suit. Robert, king, queen, 87, a lot of hearts. Mark's got another one of those that I like playing, jack, jack, 10-10. He's got the heart draw. He's got the straight draws. So we know with Mike's and Mark's hand, we're not going to see another 10 on the board. And Michael's got jack, Jack 4-3. Flop comes out Queen 10-9. Mark's got the beaner wieners over there. Jack 10-10. He's all up in the middle of that with an ace of diamonds on the turn. And a 9 on the river. And Keikoa is going to have the lead with trip 9s. Joni's throwing some money out there. She's got a pair of 6s and a pair of 9s. She's just trying to see where she stands. Bets 25. Not getting too frisky with it. Nah. And Robert says, look at this. And they're all showing, I'm sorry, Michael's saying, look at this. They're all showing Mark their hand. You see the Executioner leaning over saying, what you got? And I had nothing, so show me what you got. And here we go. Hands come face up. Joni bets. Keikoa calls. Keikoa wins. Plus $160 profit heading to him. And Keikoa is now down. At one point, he was down $2,000. He's now down $940. So making his way back. And button moving around. We got a new player coming in on the table. I can't quite see who that is, but we are running low on time. It looks like that's a stripper on his T-shirt. If you're in the chat and you think that that's a stripper on a pole, type in ones. If you think it's something else, you know, my mind, the way mine works, I can think of 27 different things it is. Does anyone else in the chat think that's a stripper on his T-shirt? I wanted to walk out there and see it, but I didn't get to see it. So here we go. Cards are out. New hand of poker. Fresh meat at the table. And I cannot tell who that is. That is Landon. I know who that is now. That is Mr. Landon. And it's most likely not. Is that a stripper on his shirt? Stripper on a pole? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Watch when it comes around. That would be an epic T-shirt. Look at this. The Twin Towers being built in seat number 6 with Svoboda. And this is going to be one of those hands where we're going to have a very lucrative pot. Joey raises up to $70. And I see Keikoa calling. I see Landon calling. Let's see how Landon's going. No, Landon says, hold up, wait a minute. My chips are not going in it. Mixmaster, Rhyme Master Charlie. And here we go. The Executioner jumping in. Ace 10, 9, 8. Single suit, lot of diamonds. And we're going to be heads up. Seat 9 and seat 10. Flop comes out Ace 6, 5. Joey's got an up and down straight draw. No, yes, up and down straight draw. 7, 8 in his hand. Executioner's looking for a 7 to crush Joey. And he says, I'm going to grab. And look at this. He's even got a thumb cut. Looks like 90. Into 190. And Joey says, let me see your stack. The Executioner knows how hot Joey's been running. Red hot Joey, triple bags into the Mystery Bounty Tournament. And Joey says, I make that call. Three of spades on the turn. Nobody's there yet. The Executioner is in the big lead. He just throws out 50. I like that. 75. I like that bet. 75 into 370. That's a, hey, look, I have some of it, but I don't have a whole lot of it. And Joey's going to pick up on that. I can see Joey raising. Nope, he just makes the call. He says, I'm still fishing, looking for a 4, 8, a 9. And a 6 gives the Executioner the check mark. And he continues to fire. It looks like 100 this time. $100. Just kidding. 75. 3 squirts. And Joey lets it go. So he milked him out. Milked him out. He says, do you want to see? But that's the thing. That's what Mr. Worsham needs to learn right there, is to not show his hands, because we know. Hey, did y'all see that right there? Did y'all see that? We got the dance of the winners going right there. The Executioner, here, let us show you this. That dance right there, he knows where that puts him. And that dance was, I am $45 in the green. Michael setting it at $17.30. He's plus $45. Robert, $1,000 up. Champ, $1,355 up. And Mr. Svoboda with the massive $3,475 stack is $875 on the plus side. And let's take a quick look at the VPIP if we can get this to go away. I haven't learned how to make it go away instantly. And that was me clicking, but you're about to see the VPIP pop up. Landon 100%. He's played that one hand. He put it in. He didn't continue after it was raised. Keikoa sitting right at 75%, leading the table with aggression and climbing out of the hole that he had earlier. Look at this. I like Robert's hand. And Robert raises it. You know when Robert raises it, he's probably got pocket aces. And I'm surprised anybody called there, but Keikoa called to do some dirtiness to him. Flop comes out, King, Jack 10. And Robert flops a set of jacks. Keikoa flops top and bottom pair and checks real fast. Robert checks right back, and this may be some trouble for him. 7 of diamonds puts 3 diamonds on the board, which means the flush is there and check, check. Doesn't try to get frisky. And now Keikoa, just because of the check, 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 Keikoa may bet it out, which, judging by Robert's eyebrow right there, you can see the green chips. Bet 75. Robert may fold this. He might fold it. Ace, queen, queen, 9, any 2 diamonds? Oh, he's going to make the call. It's just 3 chips off of his stack. If he loses that, he's still got 19.25 in the pot. But he does not like to let go of money, and he says, hey, I call. You got it. You got it. Here's my hand. That was a call and a flip like he knew it was the winner. And ladies and gentlemen, that's officially going to bring us to the last hand of the $10 on the button PLO high. Wanted to remind you the Permian Basin Series is back in town October the 1st to the 13th. Over $100,000 in guarantees. Also 10 beautiful flights spread over 13 wonderful days. You like those words right there? That's because it just got real. But before that even starts, we've got the Mystery Bounty Tournament. 3 clubs, KoJack's, the River League, and Celebrity Card Club over in Odessa bring you the 3-club Mystery Bounty Tournament. Your first entry is only $240. After that, any re-entry that you do is $120. There's going to be one bounty in that tournament that's worth $10,000. So tell me this, $240 worth $10,000? 122nd chance worth $10,000? It's up to you to do it. Now, we are already past 1 week of that flight. September 12th through the 15th is DOA, dead upon arrival, because we are on September the 19th, 20th, 21st, and 22nd. That's this Thursday, Friday, 2 flights Saturday, and the final flight Sunday. You don't want to miss it. There's already almost $40,000 up for grabs. Friday night festivities will take place on Friday, September the 27th. And we'll be having this elusive KoJack's Calcutta. You want to be part of that. Sometimes the prize pool in that is worth it coming out. So if you don't even play the tournament, come out, bid on your favorite poker players, and I promise you that secondary prize pool, completely player funded, is going to be exciting. September the 28th is day 2, 3 p.m. start on day 2. If you double bag, you get to bring both of your bags there. Best 2 bags are forward. Third bag is $500, and your fourth bag is $1,000. And live streamed on September the 29th. That's the final table of the Mystery Bounty Tournament. So from all of us here at KoJack's, we definitely enjoyed you stopping by, watching some of the saltiest, sweetest poker around. And guess what?